Hey, have you ever looked at someone who seems effortlessly successful? The person who genuinely loves their work, travels often, and doesn't seem stressed by the usual adult chaos? You assume they were born with a secret map, right? The single biggest mistake we make in this crucial decade is believing that life is a race to a single, perfect finish line. We see the highlights reel, the promotions, the engagement rings, the exotic trips, and we mistakenly think we need to copy that checklist. Your 20 seconds aren't about achieving big things. They're about designing the system that makes achievement inevitable and enjoyable. The stress comes from trying to copy someone else's destination. We're going to ditch the destination focus today, and instead, focus on 6 systems you need to build now that make your whole future life easier and honestly much more fun. This isn't about grinding, it's about smart, enjoyable construction. Our first pillar is the absolute most important. You need to constantly enroll yourself in life's best education. We call this treating life as a beta test. You need to be actively testing new jobs, new hobbies, new cities, and new ideas. The cost of a bug or failure in the beta test is super low. You just learn something and move on. The worst thing you can do is sit on the sidelines waiting for the full, perfect version of the game to release. The full, perfect version of the game never comes. You need to have a mental rule that says, if I'm 70% ready, I'm starting. This isn't about reckless behavior, it's about low-friction experimentation. Take the new coding class, apply for the job you think is too big, or pitch the weird idea. You learn 100 times more from 1 hour of doing than 10 hours of researching. Next up is the simplest hack for future happiness, which we call automating your future wealth. Money should not be stressful. It should be a tool that works for you. That's high friction. The low friction solution is automation. Think of your paycheck like a river. Before the river flows out, you need to build a tiny dam that automatically redirects a portion of that water into a secure reservoir. This is the pay yourself first rule. It's money that leaves your account the second your paycheck arrives. It's money that leaves your account the second your paycheck arrives, and you don't even notice it's gone. You're paying your future happier self first, and that's a beautiful feeling. Understanding the simple concepts is a better use of your time than clipping coupons. You need to leverage the magic of time. This isn't about reckless behavior, it's about low-friction experimentation. Spend 30 minutes setting up the automation and then forget about it, letting time do the heavy lifting for you. Pillar number 3 is all about people, and this is where most people get it wrong. They focus on networking, which is often this transactional, awkward thing where you just swap cards. But the real game is about relationships. We call this finding your tribe. Your 20 seconds are the time to gently prune the relationships that drain your energy, the high-friction friends. And actively seek out people who make you feel enthusiastic and inspired, the low-friction friends. This isn't about status, it's about shared energy and trust. The strongest relationships aren't built over a job title, they are built through shared experience. The most successful people I know didn't get ahead by collecting a stack of business cards. They had a crew who genuinely trusted them. When an amazing opportunity comes up, people don't think, who has the highest title? They think, who do I actually like and trust? That trust is the currency that matters most in life, and it's the quiet power behind every amazing opportunity. Pillar number 4 is about taking back control. It's about escaping the shoulds and must-dos by establishing your own definition of success. We call this designing your happiness algorithm. Society gives us generic metrics. Get a big title, buy a certain car, live in a certain neighborhood. You'll spend your whole life optimizing for someone else's achievement if you don't take a moment to figure out what your heart truly values. This is why intentionality is key. But those metrics are often completely disconnected from what actually makes you happy. Your 20 seconds are the time to experiment with what truly moves your personal happiness needle. Stop measuring yourself against the external generic checklist and start tracking what genuinely makes you feel fulfilled. I recommend a simple weekly review where you ask, what 3 things made me feel most alive this week? And then you actively re-engineer your schedule to get more of those things. Become the scientist of your own joy. The 5th system is how to ensure your career remains dynamic and recession-proof. It's the idea of building a unique skill stack. Forget the idea of specialization or climbing one corporate ladder. The real power today lies in combining multiple skills in a unique way that makes you irreplaceable. Being good at writing is common. Being good at coding is common. But being good at writing plus good at coding plus good at teaching is a rare combination that makes you invaluable. Your 20 seconds are the perfect time to stack these skills. Don't worry about finding the perfect first job. Worry about finding the job that exposes you to the most different types of skills. Every role you take, every project you volunteer for, should be seen as collecting a new layer for your stack. Ask yourself, what are the 3 most in-demand skills in my industry, and how can I start layering them together in my own unique combination? The moment you stop learning, the friction gets too high, and it's time to swing to a new part of the jungle gym to pick up a new tool. Finally, the system that protects all the others, building your self-care firewall. In the pursuit of success, it's so easy to burn out. We often treat self-care as something we do only after we break. That's reactive. The low-friction approach is to be proactive and build a firewall that protects your energy. This means identifying 2 to 3 actions that are non-negotiable for your physical and mental well-being and scheduling them first. These are the things you never cancel regardless of work stress. If you treat these moments of joy and rest as sacred appointments with your future self, you maintain a high energy level, making work feel easier and less like a struggle. Never let the urgency of your to-do list displace the importance of your well-being. So what is the single transformative low-friction lesson? It's this. The quality of your systems is the quality of your life. The success you crave in your 30 seconds is simply the inevitable byproduct of the systems you put in place in your 20 seconds. Don't focus on results. Focus on building these 6 systems with delightful consistency. That's the real secret to sustainable happiness and achievement. Quick recap of our 6 pillars. First, active enrollment. Treat life as a beta test. If you're 70% ready, just start. That's the real secret to sustainable happiness and achievement. Second, future funding. Automating your future wealth. Let time do the heavy lifting for you. Third, shared ambition. Curate your personal mastermind. Look for trust and shared energy, not just status. Fourth, personal metrics. Stop measuring yourself against the external generic checklist. Start tracking what genuinely makes you feel alive. Fifth, skill stacking. Build a unique combination of skills that makes you irreplaceable. And sixth, non-negotiable joy. Build your self-care firewall. Never let the urgency of your to-do list displace the importance of your well-being. The single transformative low-friction lesson. It's this. The quality of your systems is the quality of your life. The success you crave is the inevitable byproduct of the systems you put in place. This relies on something called consistency over intensity. Don't try to change your entire life in 1 week. That's high friction and usually leads to burnout. The secret is to aim for tiny, almost embarrassingly small actions, but do them every single day. This low-friction, consistent effort builds confidence and trust in yourself. Saving $5 every week is a tiny action, but if you do it for 10 years, it creates a massive result. Reading 10 pages of a book every morning creates a huge result. These small, consistent actions build the discipline that makes you the reliable, trustworthy person who can conquer any challenge. That's the real secret to sustainable happiness. Now that you have the blueprint, the tools, and the direction, the only thing left to do is start building your amazing spaceship. Now, let's quickly recap the 6 systems. 1. Active enrollment. Treat life as a beta test. If you're 70% ready, just start moving and taking imperfect action. Don't wait for the perfect plan. 2. Future funding. Automate your financial reservoir. Let time work its magic and learn those simple concepts. 3. Shared ambition. Look for trust and shared energy. 4. Personal metrics. Design your happiness algorithm, stop following the generic external checklist, and track what makes you feel alive and fulfilled. 5. Skill stacking. Collect those rare, valuable skill layers that make you unique. And 6. Non-negotiable joy. Build your firewall to protect your energy and time. These are the 6 foundations that truly matter. It's about building a life that feels genuinely good. Now, if you want to know exactly how to implement the system of personal metrics and measure your personal happiness algorithm, click on this video right here. Don't forget to like and subscribe to become part of our amazing community dedicated to building smarter, happier lives. See you in the next one.